Alright, let's see. It's working. I hope it's working. Hey guys, Bad Fat Panda here, and this is another vlog or vlog. I don't know, what do you guys prefer? A vlog, vlog, or a VLOG? Could be like that. I don't know, they even call, like the vertical takeoff and land, just the VTOL for short sometimes. But whatever. Like carriers and stuff like that for aircraft and stuff. I guess Banshees, I mean, Banshees have like fans on them so that they could rise, I'm assuming, to some sort of like pseudo helicopter-esque type of deal. I don't know. Logistics of science fiction made up stuff, but is an interesting way to start off the video log. I have had ridiculous problems doing these in the past. To put a few things to into like situations. So I've done 4 video logs. This is my 5th video log. Will be 5. Prior to this, I had two that just YouTube failed to upload because it didn't recognize the file format. I had one that was data corruption, and my last one, I think it was the same issue as the first 2, but like it just didn't. YouTube uploaded it, but then it never processed. So, in that, like, because we have monetization on the new YouTube now, for the map control channel, right? But it's very different from the monetization that I have on my own personal channel. So it's a little bit less confusing to use, but it's still just kind of like an iFuck. When you, although in a completely different tense than a completely different use of normal iFuck. But I don't know. DreamHack was this weekend. It was awesome in StarCraft. Actually, no, it wasn't awesome. It sucked. I like the finals, though. I think it would have been a better finals if Tasia actually played well. But it was interesting to have a Tasia Hero final and Hero actually win it. It's really cool for him because it's been... I think it's been a year. I think it's been since last DreamHack that he's taken a tournament. And he's, of course, traveling extensively to almost all foreign tournaments, right? And, I mean, GSL hasn't really been his speed this season either. The GSL finals will be interesting, though. They're taking place at IPL 5. They will... it's Hyun versus some Terran and Ryung versus Sniper. I forget who the other Terran is. It's not Pult, because I would remember Pult. Who's always forgotten in the past. I really want to see Pult take a fucking GSL. I think it would be up there for me for most memorable GSL victories if he were to just take one. Because I mean, he's such a freaking good player, and he's always just off of the list of who are the top Terrans in the world right now. I mean, he used to be around and up with the best of them back when MKP and MVP kind of had their era. That was back when Bomber was just shitting all over everybody. Bomber's another player that like practices really, really hard and results don't really come through all that often. But he did take 3rd place at this MLG, and he did... I don't know. He advanced. I don't know if this is an accomplishment or not, but he advanced to the round of 24 for Code. Considering the fact that there were a lot of ridiculously strong players, even in the round of 48, shows how awesome GSL is, B, how much it sucks to have to go through the qualifiers again. I mean, Rain, right? SK Telecom Rain. Nope, qualifiers, GG. That story is awesome, right? I mean, he quit. He basically quit. Forfeited his Code S spot. Just decided, you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna fall down to the round of 48. Whatever. I'm gonna win MLG. No, he didn't win MLG. He didn't even come in the top 4. I don't think he came in the top 4. And then he just got destroyed by Dream. I think that was it MVP Dream? Yeah, I think it was MVP Dream. Who's a very, very solid player. I really want him to shine more often because he does okay in the team leagues. And back when the KSL was on, and by the way, I miss the KSL so fucking much. To have 2 top-tier Korean team leagues is just like... I don't have a GSTL pass either, so I'll change that next year, most likely. But I don't have that right now, which makes me kind of sad, so I actually have to either watch them live or decide to do something else with my time other than watch GSTL VODs. But yeah, I mean, Hyun, a lot of these players that came up in the individual leagues really started owning up in the team leagues before that. And Dream, also Yanghwa is another player that like really just destroys people in the GSTL and never really got his chance to shine. Unfortunately, in the GSL. Hopefully that day will come soon. Honori retired. I'm kind of sad. Honori he was a very, very cheesy Protoss player. But what Protoss isn't cheesy? He actually, like, he was one of the guys over at Rain who initially in the jump to foreign teams, he kind of hopped over the boat and decided to say, all right, I'm going to give it a chance on a foreign team. But really, like, that was the era where people were setting precedents for that switch. Especially considering he joined Rain and not like a EG, not a TL, stuff like that, not a Dignitas, who is another reputable name out there. And he switched to League of Legends, of course. Everybody, all the LoL people are like, no, we're getting StarCraft is dead. Hashtag SC2 is dead. I don't know what else. Major actually left Root, so I like Major. I like Major a lot. If you know me, you know I'm a Major fanboy. And I keep my bias aside for the most part. Whenever I cast tournaments and shit, you generally don't know who I'm rooting for. It may not even be Terran. But Major and Alive are two people I will fanboy over regardless of who is playing. And that's just completely unabated. I will, like, nothing can stop me. I just go full on Mr. Bitter mode. But MMA and Sella also joined Team Acer, which was really... It was a nice ploy by Acer to say that they were getting a 9 European Zerg, and then just, hey, you know what, MMA, and Cell is coming on as a coach. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. I think that with better team infrastructure and better, I don't want to say better management, but just better support from a team, I think he can bridge his skill gap between the top, between him right now and the level that the top Koreans and top players in general are at. And I'm really interested to see... I'm using prepositions at the end of sentences. What the fuck? I'm really interested to see where he goes from there, because I think that his skill level will drastically improve over the next 6 months to a year. So definitely stay tuned for that. Major left Root to join a Korean team, specifically SK Telecom. Potentially, they were looking for Terran practice members. So Major, it being like his goal in life, went to go pursue that. And it's actually really, like, a lot of people will say that Major jumps ship a lot, but he's really, really committed to learning and being the best he can be at the game. And to put everything aside, like your friends, your family, probably a better salary. I imagine he's either not getting paid or getting pittance for wages in Korea right now. Move to a foreign country where you may or may not like the culture, but you can't really communicate all that often. I mean, his English is even pretty spotty. So that's a big commitment by him to go over there. So definitely support him in that. And that's pretty much it. DreamHack winner, I don't know, like, it was just that and WCS and MLG. There's been a ridiculous amount of tournaments since I've done a video log, but MLG was kind of a letdown. Lenok versus Life finals was quite interesting. Life won, if you didn't catch that. I'm pretty sure Life won. I'm sorry, a friend linked me a funny GIF. 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 I don't know. Acronyms piss me off because, like, people say that you pronounce them wrong, but they're actually an acronym, so you can't pronounce, there's no, like, incorrect pronunciation. That's when you can just, like, look at them and just show them the door and say that's the door. You can get out. Let's see. I don't know. I'm coming to a close on what I actually want to discuss. I may do one of my next video log or whatever may be on where my life is going from here, because I finally, like, for the first time in my life, I actually have a 100% knowledge of what I want to do and how to approach that goal to make it actually happen. So I may do a video log on that. Other than that, guys, Dexter and The Walking Dead have been pretty good. I'm really, really impressed with the past. I don't want to say I'm really impressed because that just Season 1 of The Walking Dead was awesome. I think we can all agree with that. If you like the show and you think that the seasons have gotten better as it went along, I don't know. I don't know. It may be because I've read the comics, because I'm kind of tainted by how they, for the most part, kept with the general theme in the comics and the general plotline. But now it's just completely, like I wouldn't even bother going off on how different it is from the comics. And it's not that I don't like that. I thought season 2 was very, very boring. But I kind of like what they did here with season 3. I think that Andrea, I've always hated Andrea in the kind of in both the comics and in the TV show. So it's actually like pretty good the way that they portrayed her, and I really like the choice that they made to have her be kind of the thing of the governor, because it makes people hate her more once they see what the governor has done. And I found it interesting the scene where he, obviously spoilers if you haven't seen, like if you're not up to date on The Walking Dead and Dexter, the scene where they made Maggie, where the governor made Maggie strip, that was a little bit, it was like one like 50th of how badass he was, or just like evil he was. That's not a badass move, that's just an evil move in the comics. It's interesting. I feel that, alright, so here are Walking Dead comic spoilers. If you haven't read the comics, then you will want to either mute me for a little bit, or I'll do like this or something when I'm finished talking, and you can unmute it. I think that the final settlement that they go to, the last settlement that they were in, where they met like Abraham and all of those guys, I think that the governor reminds me of the mayor or the senator or whatever the fuck he was, whoever had a like position in the government, that was the leader at that settlement, that eventually fell to Rick after he committed suicide. I'm interested to see if they do eventually get that far back, like out in season 9 or whatever, how they're gonna portray that, because I really feel like, aside from the evil fucked up part, that they actually got okay. The scene with him, the opening scene with him brushing Penny's hair was awesome. It was really, really, really fucking good. Penny or Peggy, I forget. I think it may be Peggy. I'm not sure. But Dexter, the last episode of Dexter that I saw, I forget what happened in it, but it was really, really good. The writing, the acting, the directing, everything was just superb. I thought it was the best episode of Dexter that I've ever seen. And then the second I'm finished with this video log, I will go and I will watch the next season. I'm actually gonna get it uploading on my laptop, so I don't have to wait, because that's just imagine. I'm gonna end my video log with this thought. So you guys all, I would imagine that the most of the people viewing this video remember like dial-up and stuff before we had like cable and Ethernet, Fios, fiber optic, stuff like that. Imagine like now trying to get like hour-long TV shows or like 2.5 hour-long movies and stuff, and waiting for them, because we're all like, if we're waiting 5 seconds for something to buffer, it may make the difference between me going and doing something else, or me staying for like the 5 and 10 seconds it takes to buffer and come back to it and view it. But it's really, really drastic how much that change has changed our mindset. Because I mean, like the load up times for even clips, I remember watching like 3 to 4 minute videos and it taking nearly as long as it takes to buffer a 2 hour, 3 hour long movie or film now. It's just ridiculous. So contemplate on that. I'm gonna go ahead and close this video log out right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave some feedback, what you want to see in future video logs, stuff like that. I just kind of talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.